Hey guys, I'm Jeff Outlaw. I'm the founder of Loud Lemon. Honor and a privilege to be sitting here with Secondhand Serenade. We are supporting them on the road. They're getting back on the road, and actually, even more importantly, it's just been great to get to know this guy here, and we're kind of becoming best friends in front of the world. So thank you so much, man.
Oh, of course, man.
For being here, brother.
Dude,
I appreciate
thank you. I mean, this is really exciting for me because, I don't generally like team up with, companies when I, do touring or, work on music because, well, most of all because they just want to like put ads and banners everywhere. And,
Right.
and that's, when I first talked to you, that was like one of the first things that you guys like did not want to do. Like you want nothing to do with that. You want to make it organic and more about the music and the partnership rather than just like throwing ads everywhere, which is really impressive. So thank you for that.
Oh no, it just felt right from the beginning, and I'm a very relational person. The fact that we have so many folks in common, and just like from not just your artistries and your quality of that's just the world knows that, but like just what they don't know is just like great person, great family person, just like a lot of integrity. So those are the important things. So it made it easy for us getting to the table because knowing people that we both knew. So
thank you so much. I mean, this has been interesting, like even from the get-go, and kind of serendipitous as well because obviously the tour and the upcoming album is called Just Because You Sing Loud.
Yeah,
and it couldn't have been
up with that?
Well, so this is a really funny story. Me and my wife are building right now. We're building a house, and we thought it was going to take a much shorter amount of time than it is, so we temporarily moved into an apartment. Well, that doesn't mean that I can just stop working and stop writing and creating. So, I'd be either, working on a track or, having to write with someone. And, we would get bangs on the wall. We'd constantly get, kind of harassed by our next door neighbor. And even if we were just playing acoustic and singing in the apartment, we'd still get complaints from them. And that seems kind of a normal thing in Nashville, especially. But one of these days, we woke up and we opened the front door, and we were walking out, and there was a note on the door, and it was it was not passive aggressive at all. It was full on aggressive. I mean, it started like, please shut the F up,
right,
which was an interesting way to start the letter. We have neighbors that have real careers, all this kind of stuff, and then concluded with P.S. Just because you sing loud does not make you good. Which was so that kind of cut to the core for me, and then I thought to myself, I've considered myself a professional for however many years, I still get this kind of like hatred or negativity, from around me, and I thought about how when I was starting, I would get this as well, and that's kind of what everybody starting out, they have to deal with that negativity, and it makes it really, really hard to push through and keep following that when you feel like people don't like it or don't think you're good or this or that. And that kind of inspired me to put out another record. I haven't put out a record in so long, and this just kind of like, put a fire under my ass and got me going. So started working on a record, planned a tour, and and I'm paying an homage to whoever left this note by naming everything after that. And it also,
so wild,
and it means so much more than just like, that negativity, that the just because you sing loud for me has become more than just like that negative statement. It, categorized like what I do as, if I'm singing loud, like why am I singing loud? Like what am I singing about? What's the idea behind it? And what's really special about that is that like, everybody in whatever field they're in, like singing loud can mean something different to them than it means to me. And for me it's like quite literal, but it can, a lot of people can really relate to it, and so I felt that was kind of an inspiring thing from the get-go.
It sounds like you wrote the script for Loud Lemon. Our big call to action has always been live out loud, and it's been something that's really resonated with people, and I think it resonates because it means so many different things. But that may be one of the best examples of a story like that. So negativity, you're like, okay, so my version of living out loud is going to do what I do. And by the way, I've been doing it at a high level for a lot of years. So maybe something was wrong with his walls. But hey, you're gonna celebrate that and go out when you could have, kicked his door in and played him a solo right to his face during dinner and let him know that you were great. But that's really cool, man. And that's hey, imagine that, just another bond of kind of a strand of cohesiveness. Folks know that my affinity for music and that part of my life, and then the fact I just really love like the writing piece, the creating piece, a lot of the behind.
Yeah, because you're a writer as well too, right?
Yeah, right here for Sony. So it's been something huge, and even back to school, like doing plays and that stuff. I've just loved the creative and the collaborative process, and that's what was so attractive to this, is just to be able to say like, hey, this is not going to be like some, like you say, you come out in a lemon costume.
Yeah.
And every other line is lemon. It was just really neat to say like, hey, we're fans, but we're also a fan of what you do at a high level. And then the fact that we don't want to mess up what you do. We just want to come be a part of that. And then to find out that story like that. And then the cool thing is like how you're really like paying it back. That's really big what we do. Mm-hmm. So just, that's a great story. I got to know, do you have like, so have you guys talked since? Is he still your neighbor now, or?
Oh, I've never seen this person. That's the funny thing. I've never seen, I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. It's just somebody, and they're just this faceless being that is just leaving like hate notes on my door. So I never got to like, it's like a letter from above. Like it's just, you got to do something. So
what if you went to your property manager and they're like, no one's lived there for,
for
2 years.
10 years.
No one's lived in that apartment for the longest time. So, but that's even greater because, like, we always try to put our finger. It drives me crazy. I've done a couple like some trade rag interviews for the beverage piece, or just consumers be like, because we have a real rabid like following. I think we have a real rabid following because we're like real, and that's kind of, I think we have that in common as well. And everybody, I can't put my finger on what that means. When I sat down, I was like, hey, Loud Lemon and Live Out Loud. I mean, I'm sure subliminally there were like, overtones or like homage to music. But I was like, it can mean so many different things. And, and we see it every day. And inside the company, and you'll see something happen, and we'll be like, see somebody doing something like that's Live Out Loud. So taking that, especially with someone that you haven't seen or known, and now it's an album and a tour and all that. So how wild! I hope that person's like a massive fan.
Well, I mean, I would love nothing more, and I plan on whether or not they're there still. I plan on leaving like a nice little care package on their doorstep. Like the album, some merch,
right?
Like they. Regardless, I'm sorry that I pissed you off and maybe like kept you up or this or that. I apologize. Here's this. At least know that you inspired something great. And by that, like, I'm also trying to inspire other people to do the exact same, like when they are faced with the same negativity. And that's like why during this tour we're going to be picking a few dates to and this is exciting for me, and it's because you guys are helping out too that I can do this. But we're going to pick a few dates to have some people that are trying to follow like, their dreams, and, whether it's play music or, or whatnot, but like, I want to bring them onto the bus. Like if they want to, have help writing a song or have something that's like partially done that they need help with, I want to help them finish that and kind of bring it, so they can kind of hopefully get to the next level, right. And, do whatever I can in that aspect. And, we're going to document it, and we're going to show it to other people to hopefully inspire them as well.
I can sit here and blabber all day, but man, thank you. I mean, we're just so honored to be a part of that. And hey, I look forward to getting out to some of these shows. I mean, I'm the biggest consumer and hugest fan of music, but I also look forward to kind of seeing what comes of this stuff. I know you're coming through North Carolina and some other places. So I look forward to getting out there and seeing you, man.
Yeah, man. And anytime you want to hop on the bus, you're more than welcome.
I don't know, man. Hey, your wife may not like that anyway. But hey, man, let's have a cheers, brother. Hey, I appreciate you, man.
Cheers, brother.
Hey, thank you so much for everything. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you.